Close your eyes for a moment and imagine walking into a bright, bustling TV studio. The cameras are ready, the audience seated, everything seemingly normal. You are here to talk about your new film, a pleasant conversation, a few smiles, a joke or two. That's all you expected. But sometimes, what starts as a light conversation slowly becomes heavy. And on this day, the same happened to Hugh Grant. He arrived on the set of Loose Women, a well-known daytime show. The audience applauded warmly. The hosts greeted him enthusiastically. Amid the shining lights, the atmosphere seemed soft, yet there was an unseen tension in the air. Hugh Grant, always polite and composed, ready to talk about his film. Makeup done, suit perfect, calm in his heart. It should have been a normal day. But Denise Welch, known for her bold approach, shifted the moment the first question was asked. At first, everything seemed normal. A few cheerful remarks, some laughter, a compliment or two, but in the next moment, Denise gradually steered the conversation toward Hugh's personal life, his past romances, rumors, and private relationships. Hugh smiled politely, trying to redirect the conversation, softly saying, "If possible, can we talk about the first film? That's why I came." But the second question came faster and sharper than the first. Denise said, "Audience doesn't just watch films, they want to know the person behind the actor." This was the moment when an unseen wave of tension ran through the studio. Cameras moved closer, the co-hosts' faces shadowed with unease, and the audience's laughter from a few moments ago now felt hollow. You tried again, gently saying, "My personal life is private. People can enjoy my characters, and that's wonderful. But those roles are for the film, not my private. But those roles are for the film, not my private life." But Denise didn't step back. The questions became sharper, more insinuating. Hugh's composed smile remained, but in his eyes, a trace of unease began to show. The studio lights felt harsher, and the atmosphere slowly started to heat up. This was just the beginning. What started as a simple interview was slowly turning into a clash. Hugh tried once again to gently steer the conversation back to the film. He said, "Let's talk about the joy of filming, the cast, and the experience on set." But Denise's reply was sharp and pointed. She said, "The audience wants to know the person behind the screen, your past stories, relationships, rumors, everything." A cold, tense shadow appeared in Hugh's eyes. He replied, "I understand your role is to ask questions, but my private life has boundaries. The film and the character are separate things, and my personal matters should not be up for public debate." But Denise took another step forward. She asked, "If you are so serious about privacy, do you deny every single allegation? Are some of them true, or are all false?" That question created a silent storm in the studio. Cameras closed in, lights brightened, every face tense. The audience's laughter had vanished. This was no longer just an interview, it had become a personal trial. Hugh's patience began to crack. He said calmly but firmly, "Was I invited here under false pretenses? I was asked to talk about the film. This studio has turned into a testing ground for my personal character." The hosts looked astonished and uneasy. Audience held their breath. Yu stood up with clear, measured steps, saying, "I came here to discuss the film, not to be judged for my personal character. This is beyond what I agreed to." Denise tried to interrupt, but Yu raised his hand. "I did not expect this kind of interview. You promised film conversation, and now you have used your platform against me." And then he silently walked out of the studio. No shouting, no drama, just a powerful, deliberate decision. This walkout was not only his reaction, but also a statement. My dignity and private life are not part of your spectacle. In that moment, the studio felt the weight of the silence. The audience and hosts were frozen. It became a historic TV moment. A normal, promotional conversation transformed into a strong human stance. As soon as Hugh Grant left, a storm of silence swept the studio. Cameras were still rolling, lights bright, and every eye fixed in shock. The audience's hearts raced, and the hosts looked at each other, unsure how to respond or regain control. Within minutes, social media erupted, clips went viral, comments and memes spread everywhere. Headlines screamed. Hugh Grant storms off loose women after explosive clash with Denise Welch. Everyone had an opinion. Some said, Hugh showed dignity and defended himself against personal attacks. Others said, Denise was simply asking questions that the public wants answers to. Media analysts and columnists debated ambush journalism. Some said the producers intentionally created tension for ratings. Others argued private life and public persona must have boundaries. Denise Welch later clarified her position. I was not trying to harass anyone. I was asking the questions viewers deserve answers to. But the discussion continued. Where is the line and who decides? Society's discussions shifted to deeper questions. When does curiosity cross into exploitation? Can media and audience together violate someone's dignity? And when we watch confrontations on TV, are we merely spectators or participants? And when we watch confrontations on TV, are we merely spectators or participants? Hugh Grant's walkout was more than just a TV moment. It was a statement on respect and personal boundaries, a demonstration that no matter how intense the pressure, human dignity must remain intact. This incident forces us to reflect. Sometimes emotion, drama, and private life become a spectacle, but this incident forces us to reflect. Sometimes emotion, drama, and personal life become a spectacle, but respect and humanity must come first. You didn't shout. He didn't create chaos. He left on his own terms, making a quiet but firm stand. This walkout challenges TV shows, media, and audiences alike. Where is the line and how do we respect? Whenever cameras roll and lights shine, remember, humans comes first, content comes second.